Here now the handoff, looking for running room. Najee got it. He's in. It's Kadarius Toney with the catch. He's going to go all the way. There you go. Touchdown, Alabama. Touchdown run by Kyle Trask.
Najee Harris. Touchdown, Alabama. Najee Harris again. And we welcome you back. The SEC Championship on CBS, presented by Dr. Pepper. Just about set to head into the third quarter. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jamie Erdahl. That first half, Najee Harris, 200 yards of total offense and 4 touchdowns. Gary, and Mac Jones has been brilliant.
He has. I mean, and we all talked about this game, you know, a chance for the playoffs, chance to win a national championship. You have the SEC champion, and then the 2 quarterbacks making a pitch for the Heisman. I got to say, Mac Jones is pitching it pretty good.
He's pitching it all over the place to a lot of different guys, and he's got 4 touchdown passes. We saw him with 5 touchdown passes in the Iron Bowl we did. So he's having an unbelievable night again for number 10. And what they're playing for, you know, among many things, the hardware. SEC Championship trophy down in the corner of the end zone. That, and as Gary said, much more, because if Alabama keeps playing like this, they'll be the #1 seed in the college football.
I can hear
rankings come out.
I can hear the A&M team going, anybody want to play Alabama? Raise your hand.
And Kadarius Toney raises his hand to take the fair catch, and Florida will start in the 25 as we go to Jamie.
Well, if you were down here, you could say if Alabama keeps playing like this on offense, Nick Saban would be pretty happy. He said consistency has been key, and he said that first half for offense as consistent as he had seen all season. However, defensively, Kadarius Toney, he said he is killing us, moving him all over the field. We've got to find a way to stick one guy on him and keep tracks of him. In terms of 84 versus 1 is the one that's giving him trouble.
Yep, he has for sure, and he's in motion right now on first down.
They almost predicted that when they talked to us.
Trask completes it. Jacob Copeland's first catch of the night, and it's good for a first down. As we take a look at some of our first half trends, and these are the trends. Najee Harris, 3 receiving, 1 rushing. Devontae Smith over 100 and a touchdown and a fumble recovery after the Florida interception when Mechie made the tackle. And Kadarius Toney, there he is, 151 total yards and the touchdown, a 51-yard scoring strike from Trask, who needs more of that here in the second half. That one's complete. Trayvon Grimes.
I think it's a nice start for the Florida offensive game plan at halftime. They knew that Alabama's going to go in there and work on stopping #1. So what do? Open up the second half. They throw it to 15 Copeland and 8 Grimes. Just giving a message to this defense. The Alabama defenses will use all our weapons.
Emory Jones had the longest run of the first half, a 17-yard pickup, and he's in there right now on second down and 5. The 2 Florida running backs each have 1 carry for 1 yard each. And now Jones, and he's got a first down again. So 2 carries, 2 first downs for him in the game.
Kind of the offense that Dan Mullen is known for, a passing quarterback who can run. You know, we mentioned already, did it with Tebow here in this football game, did it with Dak Prescott. Nick Fitzgerald was more just of a runner at quarterback, but Kyle Trask, he's had to revamp the offense to do what he does best, and that's pitch from that pocket right there.
From midfield, going deep on the far sideline, and it's caught, and it's Grimes, and he's gone. Touchdown, Florida. Trayvon Grimes, a 50-yard strike from Kyle Trask, and that's just what the Florida doctor ordered to start the third quarter.
And Ness, Patrick Surtain was in perfect phase on this play. He's got him covered. He's got him covered, and he doesn't. Beautiful, going up and timing the football and going to some other weapons to show this Alabama defense that we've got other guys that can make plays. Jeez, what a nice throw and catch by Grimes.
McPherson in for the point after. And it's up and good.
Well, if you're going to play bump and run coverage, you sometimes just have to tip your hat, and that time you tip your hat to that throw and catch.
So a minute and a half into the third quarter, the Gators right back in things. Aerial coverage of tonight's game provided by Goodyear. If you look in on the city of Atlanta, and we're at Mercedes-Benz Stadium for the SEC Championship game, and Florida gets right back in business to open up the third quarter on a 75-yard drive in just 4 plays. Trayvon Grimes matching his career-long catch, season-long catch, I should say, a 50-yard touchdown. Time for our GMC game changer.
Well, we've seen all these plays once, but it's always nice to watch a pure athlete make these cuts and show the kind of ability he has, catching, running the ball, catching it in the backfield. You may think you have them, but you don't. A well-designed play, at times schemed well by Steve Sarkisian, and then at the end of the half, dekes outside and beats the linebacker inside for that score right before it. He did it every which way you could at first half.
Some pretty stuff. Championship records in this game. Najee Harris, we got a long way to go.
Doesn't it feel like Florida could gain so much, confidence just by getting a stop?
Here's a little flip to Devontae Smith, and he gets cartwheeled out to the 29-yard line. That'll be a reception for him, and a pickup of about 4. Brad Stewart upended him at the end of the run.
You hear coaches talk about, can we give our offense 4 or 5 stops a game? Now, they almost had 1 stop with the interception, but they fumbled it back. Every time that Alabama's had the football in this game, they've scored touchdowns.
Najee Harris went from being a wide receiver to the bottom of your screen to coming back to join Mac Jones, with the throw goes the other way to Mechie. Mechie got a block from Devontae Smith. Mechie down the sideline. Big gainer again. Run out of bounds by Steiner, but first down Alabama.
I've told this story before about John Mechie. It was a year ago when Alabama had all 4 receivers, NFL receivers, Waddle, Judy, Ruggs, and Smith. And Steve Sarkisian came in talking about Mechie, that we're going to have to find a place to get him on the field. I went, what?
Well, he's got a place now.
Yep.
Mac Jones approaching 300 yards in the air. Alabama back in Florida territory. First down. Jones scanning the field, and he throws it behind the intended receiver, Najee Harris.
That was some good defense by Florida. They tried a gimmick play that time, and it was defended well.
Well, stars tonight. Trask, couple in the air, 1 on the ground. Najee Harris has 4. Mac Jones has 4 scoring tosses. Kadarius Toney has been a nightmare for the Alabama defense, and then there's Devontae Smith just having a normal Devontae Smith night.
Kyle Pitts does not have a lot of catches and yards. He's still a threat and allows other people to get open.
Harris, 5 more for Najee. Third down. Now can they get a third down stop for the Florida defense? Championship record of 35 points, and as we mentioned, 24 straight games with at least that many, and we've still got a whole bunch of football left. Brad Stewart, who's played a good game from that star position in the secondary, is the man down for Florida. The SEC Championship on CBS, presented by Dr. Pepper, is sponsored by Bright House Financial, Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea, USAA, and by Wheels Up. You see the skyline nighttime on a Saturday in Atlanta. Tonight on CBS Sports Network, join the Inside College Football crew for an update on all the championship matchups and all the top headlines of the day. The headline here is that Alabama has done almost nothing wrong tonight, and yet Florida is hanging in there, only trailing by 11, and a third down coming up again for the Tide.
The way Florida scored the last 2 drives, you got a feeling if they could get a stop, they could get this thing tightened up real tight.
They come up to the line in a hurry on 3rd down and 5. Najee Harris, and they get a stop. Najee Harris only got about 1.5 yards.
They went
Amari Burney made the tackle.
Excuse me, Brad. They went on balance line with like a quick snap right away. Look at only 1 offensive lineman to the right of the center. Good defensive stop by Florida. It's too far to try a field goal and too close to punt. They're going to go for it.
Going for it on 4th down. Alabama only 2 out of 5 4th down conversions, but 1 was tonight, so 3 out of 6. 4th and 3. Big play here. Jones on a crossing route. Devontae Smith, and he's brought down by Kaiir Elam. Big stop finally for the Gator defense.
I'll tell you what Kaiir Elam did is he sidestepped the pick route by Alabama that time. They tried to rub him and he dodged it. Watch coming across. Watch him get by the Alabama defender. Oh, Mechie could not get him. He was able to get the tackle and get the stop.
Very few guys can bring down number 6 in the open field. That was a huge play by Elam, and it gives him back to his offense at the 37-yard line.
As we said, Pitts only has 2 catches for 25 yards, and this Florida offense is humming.
Elam, a Thorpe Award finalist, and he showed it there. Trask down the middle, and he overshot Pitts. Pitts had a step, and he just missed him. College football playoff top 10. Clemson won the ACC tonight with a win over Notre Dame. Ohio State beat Northwestern to win the Big Ten. Oklahoma over Iowa State in a really good game to win the Big 12 again for what, the 6th time in a row, I think. And here, the SEC championship. 2 teams that have been in this game 13 times each. Alabama has the edge in the 10 games they squared off. Kyle Trask on a throw and a penalty marker. There's been very few. Malik Davis, the running back on the play, and Dylan Moses, I think, is going to have the interference.
He went back to the wheel route.
Yep.
That hurt Georgia so badly in that game. Moses is that middle linebacker this time, matched up with the running back. He's going to cross the formation, and that means Moses has him.
Pass interference on the defense, number 32. 15-yard penalty, first down.
So the running back's going to come across, so that means the middle linebacker has him on the play.
He looked a little indecisive, and then too late.
Him. And it's a good thing he did, because it would have been a touchdown if he didn't.
Only the 2nd Alabama penalty, but it gives Florida first down in Tide territory at the 48.
Another beautifully designed play by Florida.
Blitz coming off the corner. Trask knows it's coming, and down he goes. And it's going to be Christian Harris that gets to him.
He's lined up over just inside the 3rd receiver to the wide side of the field. And as Ness said, nobody even touched him. Coming right off the edge right there.
Kyle Trask says, uh-oh.
Yep.
And that backs it up to the Florida side of the field. 2nd down and 13.
They like to put Tony in the 3rd inside spot so he can match up with a linebacker.
That linebacker would be Christopher Allen, but it's Trask. And he gets back to the original line of scrimmage and maybe 1 more yard. And 3rd down coming up. See what Dan Mullen and his offensive coordinator Brian Johnson have cooked up here on 3rd down and 9 at the 10-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. Davis switches sides. Trask in the shotgun, long count. Comes up, wants to fire, throw short, almost intercepted. He tried to get it to Malik Davis, and Brian Branch was actually closer.
Interesting decision for Dan Mullen here. He ran the ball on 2nd and long. I thought he was thinking 4-down territory, but didn't get anything enough, let's say. And then on 3rd down, didn't get anything. So he's forced to at least line up in punt formation.
And that brings out Jacob Finn. We haven't had a lot of punts. Devontae Smith will go back deep.
Alabama's playing defense safe here. Looking for the fake.
Finn, end over end punt. Devontae Smith just watches it go out of bounds around the 11, I think.
Yep.
Actually going to be at the 9. So good job by Finn. 9:35 remaining, 3rd quarter. Alabama with the lead and the ball when we come back. (35-24) Alabama with a lead with 9:35 to go in the third quarter. And again, 24 straight games of 35 points or more. That's their own streak that they just keep adding to it every week. Now we test your knowledge with today's Aflac trivia question. Doing what they've done, it's the last team to hold the Tide under 35. Let you think that one over. Meanwhile, it's 1st and 10. Alabama inside their own 10. Play fake to Harris. Jones loads up at his own goal line. Just going to throw short to Najee Harris. Wide open field. He cuts back, has a first down, picks up about 15. Just easy pitch and catch and run after the catch.
I just think back to remember the old Alabama teams, maybe pre-Lane Kiffin, where this would surely be a running situation. But boy, everything has changed. Lane started it, and now look at what they do. I mean, they are just a wide open football team, aren't they?
You missed those 9-6 games, did you?
No, this is good enough. Get that Army-Navy game every year to make up for it.
Back to Najee Harris on the ground. Back to another nice game out to the 29.
Yeah, Miller Forrestal was limping off the field on the previous play. Let's see what happens here.
He's been dealing with both ankle and shoulder problems really since the Arkansas game, and I think it's the ankle that gave him the issue there.
He had a quarterback sneak, though. He remembered how to do it, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Down the middle, on the run, Devontae Smith. And Alabama right back in Florida territory.
Yeah, too much space this time. Big cushion, almost a 10-yard cushion. Smith looks in, and it was like Tua was throwing this one. When he has those old slants, Tua, you could throw a slant better than anybody I've ever seen.
Throwing them for the Dolphins now. And
well, how about this for Alabama? I mean, Mac Jones played behind two quarterbacks that are starting in the NFL right now, Jalen Hurts and Tua Tagovailoa.
Talking about guys playing in the NFL, Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Amari Cooper, and now Devontae Smith adds his name to the list as far as single-season receptions in Alabama history. Brian Robinson back in there, broke a tackle and got it to the 41.
Looks like we're going to get a hold on Leatherwood here.
Well, we haven't talked about him since the beginning of the game, so.
Holding on the offense, number 70, 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
He'll be another in the long line of #1 draft choices from Alabama.
See him right here.
One of the captains of this game, the senior, all 312 pounds of him.
See, that's the effort that Zachary Carter produced on that play. He produced the hold. He didn't give up on the play. He kept fighting, finally got to the outside and forced the hold.
And a long yardage situation. There haven't been too many of those tonight for Alabama, but this one's on first down, 1st and 20. Jones looking left the whole way. Goes out, Devontae Smith, and he gets half of it back before Stewart made the tackle.
Yeah, he did good tackle there, because Devontae would have got about another 8 yards on the play. Again, from the slot position. I mean, it's a long night for Brad Stewart, but he's holding his own. I mean, it's not going to, you can't stop this guy, but you can't let him get those extra yards, and he comes up and makes the tackle.
Devontae Smith has more yards after catch than anybody else in the country, and it's not even close. So just being able to bring him down after a gain of 10 is pretty good. Billingsley, and he's dropped for a loss.
That seemed to take a long time, didn't it?
Yeah, too long. Zach Carter made the stop.
One thing we know about this Gator defense is they can run sideline to sideline, and that just seemed to take a long time. Never got the edge blocked. Good job again by Carter, number 17, defeating the block on the end man on the line of scrimmage and forcing it wide and getting the big stop on the play.
That's a 290-pounder moving that fast, as you said, sideline to sideline. 3rd down and long. Alabama 3rd in the country in long yardage, 8+ situations. They've got a bunch here. Jones throws out in the flat, completes it to Tennyson, and he's upended before he can get to the sticks. It's 4th down.
Well, 3rd and long, you want the ball to go to the tight end on a check down. So you know you're playing good defense. Again, just a 3-man rush, nothing open, dump it off. That's one of those plays where everybody comes back and says it's exactly the way we wanted to play the defense.
Charlie Scott is the loneliest guy on the Alabama roster because he's finally going to get his hands on the football to punt. And be careful who you punt it to on the other end. Scott's first punt. Tony just gets out of the way, and it's going to make it to the end zone. So with 5:16 remaining in the third quarter, Florida trails by 11, but they've got number 11 at the controls when we come back.
Adam Zucker with this Papa John's update. Tulsa's overcome a lot of deficits this season, so being down 7 against Cincinnati, third quarter, no problem. And even though the Bearcats have 12 guys on the field, Deneric Prince goes in to tie it up midway through the third in the American Athletic Championship game. New Year's 6 implications as we go back to Atlanta.
All right, Zuck, thanks. 35-24 here in the SEC championship game in Atlanta. Asked you the Aflac trivia question a little bit earlier. We talked about 24 straight games of 35 plus. Who's the last team to hold the tie under 35? Clemson in the championship game.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. And Clemson put a hurting on Notre Dame to get their payback today and probably punch their ticket to the playoff again as Trask comes up firing out to the 25. Given ground to try to gain ground. And now the ball is out. And who's got it? Big scramble. Alabama says they have it. And they do. That play could have been blown dead almost.
The official's holding up second down, though. His 2 fingers. A little confused. It looks like forward progress, but then he fights and gets away.
Down.
The ball is ripped out. Obviously, no, it wasn't so obvious. It looks like maybe late the Florida player came and got it.
That ball was out there.
And then it squirts out the backside, maybe?
Wow. Florida trying to snap it. They get it snapped. Second down and 17. Long ball. Jump ball. Pitts can't get it. Double coverage there. Job and Daniel Wright.
And that's how you play the deep ball right there. You got a 6'6" receiver. If you don't get into his body and allow him to leap, you're not going to cover him. This time Jones just is in perfect phase, backs up into him, and then with the help of the safety coming across, there's no way Pitts can catch that football.
Now it's third down and 17. Kyle Trask has got to be careful here. They need to get it all the way to the 30 for a first down. Empty backfield. You don't want to misfire right now. Better off punting. Unless you can do that to Pitts for the first down. Pick up a 20.
Yeah, you don't throw for 400 yards in all these football games without being able to pick apart a 3-man zone defense, and this time just overrun that time by the linebacker Dylan Moses, number 32. You got to see the receiver. You just can't cover grass. You got to look around. He let Pitts run right by him.
So Pitts targeted twice so far. Once was incomplete. That was a big first down. Here comes everybody. Trask lets it fly. And looking for a flag, and here they come.
Yep. He had Dylan Moses again. Right from the snap, you knew Kyle Trask was going to go on that. It was man-to-man coverage. He had the linebacker out there. Look at, he sees number 32 on this guy. Watch him go. Hitch and go.
Naquan Wright was the man he was throwing it toward, and Dylan Moses with the penalty.
Pass interference on the defense, number 32. Spot foul, automatic first down.
I will say this about Dylan Moses. He was out of phase there twice, but those 2 penalties saved 2 touchdowns. He made the mistake both times, but he didn't give up touchdowns. Great call again by this Florida offense. They keep you guessing.
First down at the 45. Tony in motion. Let's see if Trask goes his way. Looks the other way. Down the middle. Caught. Traylon Grimes again. First down, Florida.
Well, that time Brian Branch, number 14, is in phase, but then as he turns, he falls down, trips, and allows Grimes to make the catch.
A pickup of 25 to the Alabama 30.
Another perfect throw again.
And Trask closing in on 300 yards through the air.
Kyle Trask right now say, hold your Heisman votes just a little longer.
And he gets it to Tony on the ground, and only a 2 or 3 yard pickup. Chris Allen stayed home to make the hit on number 1.
Ball's out. Looked like Alabama had, what, 3 or 4 guys around it?
And it just ended up being 2nd down. I didn't get that one.
I think they said the Florida guy recovered it. That's the only thing I can imagine.
And a running back with positive yardage. Naquan Wright.
You know, Ness had mentioned earlier, as we look at that play one more time, and is it Naquan Wright that makes the recovery? Yes.
Yeah, there's some blue and orange gloves down there, I guess.
Yep.
Doesn't matter right now. The ball's at the 22 of Alabama. And 3rd down again. Trask going to take it himself, and he's got the 1st down. You can just see that one coming. He's not the most mobile quarterback, but he's not afraid to stick his nose in there. And he picks up the 1st down.
And who wouldn't? An opportunity to get a 1st down in this situation and keep this Alabama defense reeling. This has the feel now of this Alabama-Ole Miss game earlier in the year, where both teams are just scoring almost every time they have the ball.
8th play of the drive in the red zone at the Alabama 19. Kyle Trask hesitates, throws late, out of bounds, just threw it away. Jacob Copeland was the closest guy, but he never got his feet set, and he just got rid of that thing. Pitts with 45 yards, Tony 153 and a touch, and Grimes 80 and a score so far. Those are the 2 big guys, 84 and number 1. 2nd down and 10.
Four eligible receivers to the right on this play.
Pitts is in line as a tight end with his hand in the ground this time. Trask, the quick throw comes the other way. Completes it to Naquan Wright again out of the backfield. Or the guy that came out of the backfield, I should say.
Ness, you were talking about the running backs in that Georgia game on those wheel routes. In that game, they caught 10 passes for 211 yards. The tight ends, remember Kyle Pitts went out, caught 5 for 110, meaning the running back and the tight ends caught balls for 321 yards in that game. Shows you how this offense can morph to different guys.
Trask with a 3rd down and 4, empty backfield. They've converted a couple of 3rd downs in this drive, and he's going to keep it again, and he's going to get it again.
So if you're going to play quarterback in this offense, as you say, you got to be willing, and Kyle Trask is willing. He's doing a great job of it, just making 1st downs. You don't need 30-yard runs the way he throws the ball, but to be able to pick up a 1st down is huge.
And now Wright and Tony flank him in the backfield, and now they both disappear. Pitts shifts to the slot. 1st and goal at the 9 for the Gators. It's going to run it again. And Trask down to the 3.
This obviously is a check with me type of situation for Trask. He looks at the box, and Nick says right there, you don't have the box covered. If the box doesn't have enough numbers into it, he runs the quarterback draw.
2nd down and goal.
Remember, he's got 5 offensive linemen in front of him. If it's empty, he looks and there's only 4 guys there. He goes, I'm running.
At the 3-yard line. Touchdown, Florida, Naquan Wright.
Is this a beautiful drive or not? 12 plays. I mean, they just kept this Alabama defense off balance the whole way. The quarterback runs, throwing it to the running backs, and then getting that running play to end. They're going to go for just 1 here, just make it a 4-point game instead of going for 2 early. I like that they're not chasing the 2-point play here.
McPherson, the point after, up and good. 80 yards, and as Gary said, 12 plays, just under 5 minutes. And Naquan Wright, only his second rushing touchdown of the season, but oh baby, was it a big one. Gather the family for some holiday fun and play together on The Price is Right at night, Tuesday, 8, 7 Central on CBS, as you look at the Golden Dome and the capital of Georgia here in Atlanta. And I don't know what the price of the ticket was for the 16 or 17,000 here, but they're getting their money's worth. Alabama has cut it to a 4-point lead.
I feel like this is the first pressure drive that Alabama's had in the football game right now.
And they'll start it from the 25 with 18 seconds remaining.
Remember, after the fumble, it was long yardage for this Florida offense, then 3rd and long. Alabama decides to just run 3. Kyle Pitts, only his 3rd catch of the game, gets in that seam, overrun by the linebacker. Look him up. Don't just run by him. And that's what caused that first down, huge play in that drive.
How about these two guys?
Yeah, how about them?
Coming in, we knew that both would shine as they've done all season, and they haven't disappointed us.
Yep.
Najee Harris behind Mac Jones. If it's a handoff, it might be the last play of the quarter. It is not. Play action. Jones comes back complete to Forrestal. Forrestal lost the ball at the end. Was he blown dead? I think so.
They blew the whistle real late. They blew the whistle after he got it. Forrestal has no wheels here. That ankle's bothering me. Could not catch that ball and really turn on any juice there. I think he was down, though. Yeah, he was down. They're going to spot that back where he first went down.
At the 24-yard line to end the 3rd quarter. Florida, though, 14 points in that quarter. Alabama, none. 35-31 at the end of 3. We'll return to Atlanta right after this message and a word from your local station. Don't go away. The SEC Championship on CBS, presented by Dr. Pepper, takes us into the 4th quarter. 35-31 Alabama. Mac Jones comes up fire, and Devontae Smith going to be close to a first down, about a yard shy. Well, we welcome you back to the booth. Brad Nessler, Gary Daniels, and Jamie Erdahl down on the field. Our crew has traveled this conference all season long. Fight to get here. These teams have fought to get here, and they haven't disappointed us.
No, absolutely. I mean, this Florida defense in the second half, you know, they didn't stop them one time. It looks like Alabama could score it well, and they just keep playing. They just keep playing. They get 2 stops both times that Alabama's had the ball. And
Florida 14 points in that quarter. So that big advantage that Alabama had dissipated over the course of that 15 minutes. And now we've got 14 and a half to crown an SEC champion. Everything we had hoped for and then some. Mac Jones loads, fires, completes it to Mechie. First down, Alabama.
It was man-to-man coverage to the outside in that comeback route. Very easy throw for a quarterback. A lot of space, a lot of room for that receiver to adjust the ball. And on that one, he didn't have to adjust at all.
And a pickup of 20.
Remember, Steve Sarkisian talked about tiring out this Florida defense, that it would pay off in the 4th quarter. Will it?
A 4-touchdown performance by Mac Jones so far on a 30-for-39 night. And now Najee Harris. A hurdle and a first down, and he's still going. He's done this for the last 3 years, and the hurdles just get prettier.
It's like he waits for the opportunity, gets to the edge, sees the DB, and he anticipates he'll go low, and he was right.
So a 20-yard throw to Mechie, a 19-yard romp by Najee Harris. And Alabama, Jalen Waddle saying, that's what I'm talking about. He would like to make it back for the college football playoffs if that ankle ends up being good enough. Meanwhile, at the 26, Jones, play fake, look out from behind, throws. Oh, wow, how did he tuck that one in? to Billingsley.
I thought that ball had the potential to be an intercepted when he threw it. And Billingsley comes up with it.
The flag to boot. It's going to be either holding or pass interference. Not going to matter because they'll take the catch. Elam slow to get up. Here's another look.
Billingsley going across the field. It's the same play that they ran. Remember when Billingsley was wide open for that touchdown? Same play, but this time Florida covers it perfectly.
Wow.
And how did it get in there? What a play.
That one had eyes.
Yes, it did.
Elam still down after making the catch. Take a look at our game recap between #1 Alabama and #7 Florida. Najee Harris drew first blood. Back came the Gators. Kadarius Toney, 51-yard touchdown. That made it 7-7. Najee, a huge night. 4 touchdowns in the first half, including that one. And a big third quarter. 2 scores for Florida to make it 35-31. Where we are now. And 3 hours ago, on a beautifully narrated piece by CCH Pounder of NCIS New Orleans, she told us about the history of almost 3 decades of this championship game. And we've come down to the last 13 minutes of this one, and it has been a thriller.
Yeah, and if you're Florida right now, you have to figure out a way to stop number 22. At least be aware that they've been going to him in this red zone every time.
He's right behind Mac Jones in the pistol set here. And here he comes, and he goes down, no gain. Nice job by Ventrell Miller, the middle linebacker.
Somewhat of a run blitz that time. They played run when he went in that pistol formation. He played run and attacked that line of scrimmage and made the play beautifully. 2nd down and 10.
8th play of the drive coming up at the Florida 12-yard line. They can get a first down at the 2. Harris going wide, broke 1 tackle, cuts back up and diving, only a yard shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd and short.
I think it's DiBiase almost had him that time. I thought number 11. See that streak of 11 go across there. I thought he had him, and again, he just kind of jumps out of the way when they go for his ankles there.
3rd down and 1.
Florida had time to get their goal line or short yardage defense on the field.
Extra lineman in for Alabama. Again, an eye backfield, and it's the tailback, Najee Harris. He's got a first down, but not a touchdown. He gets just outside the 1.
That time Deontay Brown, number 65, the left guard, pulled out and gets the kick out this time, and he runs right behind his left guard on the play.
Let's see if they leave that same lineup in there. Looks like it. 1st and goal. 3 trips to the red zone, 3 touchdowns for the Tide so far. Again, Robinson, the up man in the eye. Najee Harris, the tail. Najee Harris. Not quite inside the 1.
They even have a linebacker, Josh McMillan, in there at fullback spot. A lot of beef on the field and a linebacker at fullback. So far, the Gators are giving up inches, not touchdowns.
That close. Wow. Can't get closer.
No, you can't.
Ventrell Miller is down, and that has stopped play here. Another look at the goal line plunge by Najee Harris.
Oh, that's very close, isn't it? I don't know. I don't see anything down from that look.
With a pile up like that, we might never see his legs. We'll be back. The SEC Championship on CBS, presented by Dr. Pepper, is sponsored by State Farm, the Home Depot, Ford, and by Dr. Pepper. While you were away, they reviewed the last play by Najee Harris. The call has been overturned. It's a touchdown, his 5th of the night.
So we weren't sure if any part of his body was down. It came real close. Obviously, the official said he got to the line, but we did find an angle that his legs were in the air to prove. Watch from this side. You see he's completely in the air. He puts his hands down and scores.
And he's going,
Yeah.
I'm having quite a night.
Yeah.
67 through the air, 131 on the ground, and 5 touchdowns. Extra point is good. Now we'll give you another look from behind, and I think this is the one that shows it best. As Gary said, his legs never touched anything because they were on an opposing tackler's body. As he does the spin right here, he's still airborne. Nothing is touched. His left hand goes down, and his right hand goes across the goal line.
Good job by the replay official piecing that together and getting that touchdown that was clear. Well, not clearly, but he made it by a couple inches, and he deserved it. So after we said they should stop 22, that ain't easy to say, but they did give it to him 4 straight plays.
There's Butch Jones giving him the shoulder rub. Butch is about to become, after the college football playoff, the new head coach at Arkansas State. Wow, this guy's good. All these guys are pretty good.
Yeah.
And Kyle Trask knows now he's got to battle back from another 11-point deficit.
That's a good picture right there. Waddle in the background. Mac Jones sitting next to Devontae Smith.
And the kickoff. Kadarius Toney. Fair catch. With 11:29 to go. Heisman hopefuls coming into the weekend. You can make a case, I guess, for all of those guys. I think Justin Fields, with the game he had today, can go away.
Ian Book needed to win, so I think it's down to these 4. In the way Mac Jones and Kyle Trask are playing right now, I mean, Trevor Lawrence had, obviously, great football player. Maybe was a little behind coming into it, but I don't know. This last vote right here might be the key.
Yep. Who's got the ball last might be the key. Toney in motion. Trask set to throw, and he is not going to get it, and he fumbled it as well, and Alabama's got it at the 10. Tim Smith after the hit by Will Anderson.
Coming off this right side right here, gets by John DeLance, number 56. Once he gets there, they're taught to go for the football nowadays. He goes and tackles that football. As Ness said, Tim Smith, the true freshman, he knows a football, and he goes and finds it this time.
2 true freshmen making the play, and Anderson says, I got it. We got it back. Another sack, and now it's danger time unless Florida can somehow make a stop on Alabama. 1st and goal at the 10.
I don't know what he's telling them, but if I was the head coach, I'd be saying you can't block him and throw him at the same time.
That's right. Mac Jones under center, comes up to the line. Najee Harris gets the call, and he'll get a yard. That's all. James Houston made the tackle. 11 minutes remaining.
This Florida defense has to hold them to a field goal. I mean, it'd be a 2-touchdown game. Touchdown would really hurt them, obviously.
2nd and goal at the 9. Jones rolls, fires, and in and out of the hands of Devontae Smith. You won't see that happen very often.
A little high that time. Was a fastball to the outside that kept rising, it seems to me. Jones has got him to the outside. Little pick play, and whoom, the baby was by him by the time he got his hands up.
So 3rd down and goal. Can they hold him to 3? Alabama a 10-minute advantage, closing in on 600 yards of offense. Jones. Devontae Smith holds on to this one. He took a shot from Brad Stewart. And it's 4th down.
You got to go field goal here, make it a 14-point game. You'd love to tack on the touchdown, but that time this Florida defense played the goal line. They backed up, made that pass happen in front of them, and then the strong tackle to force the 3.
So Mac Jones to hold. Will Reichert hasn't missed any kicks this year, be they field goals or extra points. This will be a 20-yard attempt. Up and perfect. 45-31.
Good stop. Good gutsy stop by that Florida defense that time.
A 2-touchdown game, a fumble, but then Florida holds them to a field goal, 45-31. Next Saturday on CBS, we've got another top 20 college hoops matchup for you. Number 17, Virginia challenges top-ranked Gonzaga. Gonzaga beat Iowa by 11, I think it was today. All next Saturday on CBS, 45-31, just under 10 minutes remaining. Look at the numbers. Most passing yards in SEC championship game history. Mac Jones has that now. He's got another 400-yard passing game.
Some good names to be connected with right there on that graphic.
And that's his 4th 400-plus passing outing of the season for Alabama, including 4 touchdown passes tonight. Alabama 10 points in the last 96 seconds. And now Florida's got to come up with an answer. Tony will call for the fair catch. Don't forget, coming up later in the game, before we're done anyway, the play of the game presented by Jersey Mike Subs. 2 touchdowns back. And now it's time for Kyle Trask and company to come up with something.
Yeah, and unless they have one of those, 4-play drives in a minute, 2, I think if you're Florida, you'd be lucky to get the ball 3 more times in this football game.
I not so kiddingly said to you a couple hours ago, first team to 45 probably wins.
Might be right on.
Maybe. Trask throws late across the middle, but does complete it out to the 31-yard line to Kyle Pitts.
Christian Harris came free again, but he was just a little farther away and couldn't get there, and Trask saw him coming the whole way and threw right off his head. 2nd
down and 4. Every snap important now for Florida to try to make up a 2-touchdown deficit. There is Tony in motion. Trask gonna go deep, and he's got his man, and it's Pitts. First down, Florida at the 37 of Alabama.
Well, he's attached this time. Tony goes in motion, and that shifts the Alabama defense. He's inside. He reads the double zone. He's got a linebacker on him in Harris, and another strike from Kyle Trask.
31-yard pickup. They'll spot it at the 38.
Putting on a show here, throwing the football. Both of these guys are.
Trask goes to the corner, in and out of the hands. Would have been to Copeland for a big gainer, but it's broken up by Josh Jobe.
So if you want to play big-time football, you want to play corner, this is what you got to do all game. Got your heart in your throat as you're running down there, and you know the fade's coming right over your head, and you got to stick your hand out and try to find that football.
Second and 10. Going to keep it on the ground, and that's going nowhere. No gain. Dylan Moses makes a stop on Davis.
I think he fumbled the ball at the end of it, too.
3rd down. The running backs for Florida haven't gotten a lot of work tonight unless it's as an intended receiver.
Dylan Moses made the tackle, and then as he starts to go down, it's punched out, that time by Barmore.
Florida slowly getting into their position, their wide receivers. Now they're all set. On 3rd down and 9. Pitts on a crossing route. Incomplete. Job again on the coverage. Here comes a flag.
One-on-one to the opposite side. The tight end against your corner. Physical. Gets his hands on him.
Holding on the defense, number 28, against an eligible pass receiver when the pass went beyond the line. That's a 10-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
So the drive stays alive by penalty.
It's a gutsy call by that official. He's on that sideline by Alabama, and the whole Alabama bench erupted right into his face. Nick was out there, everybody was out there, and he stuck to it. I admire that type of call. You see it, call it.
First down at the 26. Empty backfield again. Trask loads it, releases it. The ball is knocked away by Jordan Battle.
Alabama plays their combo zones. They read releases. That's how they decide who they've got. This time, Battle sees the crossing route and jumps it. Instead of just sitting in the zone and letting the guy catch it, he looks up somebody and makes the play.
Knocked it away from Trayvon Grimes and forces 2nd down and 10. Just under 8 to go in regulation. Tony again in motion. Can they get him the ball? Trask is looking the other way. Goes the other way. And Grimes, the intended receiver, and Job again was with him.
Same routine on 2. Joe Haig's in there. He's got Grimes, the big tall. You saw what he did before on one of these plays.
Little hand fighting going on.
I think they're going to let him get away with that one. I think they should have let him get away with it. Both guys are pushing off. If it was a catchable ball, he could have still got there. If you don't grab, you have a chance of getting away with it.
3rd down and 10. 2-down territory, you would assume here. They need to get to the 16-yard line for a first down. Trask crossing route, got it to Pitts. Pitts is still running. Pitts is almost in at the 1-yard line.
Alabama blitzed that time. Had outside technique. They did not get to him. 5-man rush. Get rid of it to your tight end / wide receiver / H-back / nobody can cover me player.
Wouldn't be surprised if Trask does this himself. He does. Is he there? Not quite. As they unpile the bodies, it'll be inside the 1. Trask wanted to go with a hurry-up offense. He got him set as good as he could, or as quickly as he could.
Dylan Moses fights off the block that time and makes the play. What a play by Dylan Moses. Stuffs it and then stuffs the quarterback. Beautiful play.
7 minutes, and it ticks under 7. 9th play of the drive coming
Once
up.
the player was short of the goal line, the previous play is under further review.
We're going to take another look at it. I don't think the ball ever got across the line, but we'll make sure.
Kyle Pitts is happy for a review. He is.
Yeah,
gassed.
he's tired.
That's right.
Here's from the goal line look. There's the initial contact, and his foot gets over. Boy, I don't
He
know.
spins, doesn't he?
Yeah.
At the end. Didn't see that. I have to be honest. Gets stopped.
Little helicopter job right here.
And then he spins. I don't know, though. I don't know if he got there.
Gene Steratore is with us.
He definitely makes a heck of a second effort, guys. And on this turn, he does have the football on the back part of his body. And I don't see anything crossing. You know, the officials on that goal line have to continue to pinch and run in as quick as they can until they can see a ball. And without seeing it, naturally, they can't rule touchdown.
And so they stay
That's
with
a good
what was
ruling.
called. Yeah. It's only the length of the football from the goal line.
That review allowed the Alabama defense to get their goal line defense on the field because Florida was going hurry up after the pass.
Now Trask has spent the majority of the night in the shotgun. Would you want to get under center here when you got a quarterback that Weighs 240 pounds. Maybe an extra lineman. Yep, he's going to be in the gun, standing at the 5. Trask will run it again. Stopped again. Ball is out again. Alabama's got it. And it might have been Will Anderson who caused another fumble.
I think there's a flag on the field. I see one in the end zone.
Offside on the defense.
Wow.
Number 28, half the distance to the goal. Replay, second down.
Josh Jobe offside. First down.
Kadarius Toney went in motion. I wonder if Jobe attacked Toney when he went in motion on the play. He's right here.
He's almost holding hands with him.
Oh, so he must have lined up offsides right from the get-go.
Well, remember, they were at about the 1 foot line,
yes.
so it wouldn't take much to be offside. And now it's less than the 1 foot line. And finally, Trask is under center. And he'll hand it off, and it's a touchdown, Florida. Dameon Pierce. From above, Dameon Pierce gets the handle and gets his 4th rushing touchdown of the year, one they desperately needed.
Went over that right side, give Reese and Lance good job, number 51 and 56 at the point of attack, and he easily got into the end zone.
McPherson, the point after. It's a 1 touchdown game again. 6:33 to go.
Let's see if taking a different look of Joe being offsides.
He is right there.
Since the ball's on the 1-inch line, he's offside, right?
They moved it that much closer. Trask handed off to his tailback, and it's 45-38. Top-ranked Alabama with a 45-38 lead over 7th-ranked Florida here. With 6:33 remaining. And from our AT&T 5G pylon cam, another look at the penalty on Josh Jobe. And the ball is, you can see, almost on the goal line. He steps a couple inches in, and this is a 6-inch touchdown run by Pierce to get Florida back to within a score. And a squib kick. Slade Bolden's got to get to it. Oh, it's going to be picked up by Devontae Smith.
Well, there's smart special teams play by Alabama, just almost daring Florida to try to onside kick it because they put their best ball handler out there to make sure that if they do try it, they're right there.
6.5 minutes to go as Nick Saban gets in that huddle to talk to his offense.
All year, Nick Saban has talked about the need to be able to run the ball when you have to. He's coming up with this spot right here. Doesn't mean he won't throw, but can you run the ball when you need to right here?
The guy flanking Mac Jones, Najee Harris, has run it for 132 yards tonight so far. And he's going to get the handle here, and Najee Harris broke a tackle, goes for about 15. Yes, he can run it very well.
Basically shotgun isolation play. Turn around, follow Billingsley. Good block inside on the linebacker for Florida that time. Ventrell Miller, and bust your running back out.
Marco Wilson is the guy that was shaken up on the play for Florida. And he's trying to snap his chin strap and say, I can stay out here, but I think they're going to say, no, you're not. And he'll head to the Florida sideline. Najee Harris with that run, 146 yards rushing on the night. At the end of the play, Wilson gets pushed by one of the offensive linemen for.
Yeah, it was Landon Dickerson.
Dickerson's always in the middle of something.
So how about this Gator defense? Remember, they got no stops in the first half. They've had 3 in the second half. They stopped the 4th down play, they forced a punt, and they forced a field goal, which in this game almost counts like a stop.
First down at the 48. And there's Dickerson again doing his little dance as he thinks that Florida is offside.
Of course, Dickerson, a transfer from Florida State,
Offside.
knows the Gators well.
On the defense, number 56. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And going to see the movement. And then Dickerson does his little dance. There it is. There it is. Did that against LSU a few times as well. Najee Harris busts it outside. Najee Harris on his way. All the way down inside the 20-yard line. Donovan Steiner saved a touchdown.
It's as old as football is, right? This is the offensive guard pulls and kicks out. Foul the fullback, or this time it's the H-back Billingsley. It's the first play you put in as a running back. Just end man on the line of scrimmage, you kick out with the guard and you run right behind him.
Devontae Smith gets a block out on the outside. Najee Harris runs inside that block and picked up 29 yards.
Can you run the ball when you have to? The answer's been yes.
Centrell Miller down at the end, shaken up with 5:52 remaining, and Alabama driving again. Coming up when we're done, Adam, Rick, and BJ break it all down and tell you who's going to the college football playoff in their opinion on the college football postgame show presented by Rocket Mortgage. Najee Harris having a sensational night. 242 total yards, 5 touchdowns. Alabama back in the red zone. First down at the Florida 18. Everybody shifts on both sides of the ball. Mac Jones takes the snap. Najee Harris takes the run down to the 15.
So remember, their goal for Alabama in this football game was, if we churn up a lot of plays in the first half, in the 4th quarter we may be able to get this tired defense and run the ball if we have to at the end. So far so good. 50 plays in the first half in the game so far. This will be their 80th coming up.
Wow. For 591 yards. Play action. Jones to the end zone. Touchdown, Devontae Smith. That might seal it, and that might be your Heisman Trophy winner, if that guy isn't.
Well, when you have 10 guys in the box, okay, 10 right there, you know it's one-on-one to the outside. Fake the play action, best receiver uncoverable, and easy touchdown.
Devontae Smith, he's going to win the Biletnikoff Award, I can guarantee you that. Jalen Waddle says, man, I wish I was out there doing that.
That's exactly what he was thinking.
So Alabama, as has been the case all year, and that's Dickerson that's down the center. They've had an answer for every drive that somebody's put together against them.
I know the Alabama bench was upset about a play. I wonder if they feel somebody took a shot on Landon Dickerson.
And well, we got a lot of action going on. Zach Carter got his helmet off, and he's doing some chirping down there. And
Dan Mullen's out there.
And now he's getting into it with his own players and own teammates. Alabama getting the crowd incited. Dan Mullen doing the same thing. There is a flag, and we're going to go back and see what we can see.
Here he is. Keep your eye on him and see what happens around number 69. Pass is completed. Dickerson finishes his play inside on Slayton, number 56.
Thrown down.
Yep. Nothing too unusual there so far.
Dan Mullen on the ear of Matt Leffler. Oh, man.
I know.
Just talking about Landon Dickerson, the anchor of that offensive line, the center. He's a colorful character and a heck of a player. And oop, he just popped up. I think he's still going to the cart, though. He is. Now that's. Let's see anybody get hurt, especially 5 minutes left in a championship game.
Yeah, he's kind of the alter ego of that offensive line.
Now his teammates, Najee Harris, the first to come out and pat him on the chest. Everybody else will do the same.
How about that for a guy who transferred into Alabama? How his teammates love his competitiveness and toughness.
What a scene that is. Huh? And he's going, hey, let's finish off the next 5 minutes, fellas. Zachary Carter with the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty as they take off Landon Dickerson. And from the pylon cam, and there you see over on the right side the weird landing of being thrown down. And even with all that, he had a smile on his face and winking as they take him to the Alabama locker room. We'll just cross our fingers and hope it's not something serious.
It's way over here it happens. He gets swung around on the play.
And landed weirdly on his left leg.
I don't think the pylon afterwards is what hurt him. I think as he whipped around, his leg hit funny, and that's what happened. I don't think it was when Slayton kind of got on top of him again. I don't think that's when it happened. I think it happened before that. I did not see anything with Carter, number 17.
That was unsportsmanlike conduct. Took his helmet off. Here's from the start of the play, just an easy pitch and catch off play action to Devontae Smith. And there, right at the 10-yard line, is where Landon Dickerson landed. Meanwhile, Reichert in for the point after to try to make it 52-38. And does.
So obviously Zachary Carter reacted after all of that to get the unsportsmanlike penalty.
Right. 90 points now in this game. That's the second most ever in an SEC championship game. And the third straight game for Alabama of 50-plus. Devontae Smith, just another average night. 15 catches, 184 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Well, a lot of people are wondering, will he get more than the Biletnikoff? So let's go back to Desmond at Michigan, his year for the Heisman. You see it. Pretty close, huh?
Yes. The return yardage is an extra bonus. And Devontae had a punt return of 84 yards for a touchdown last week. This one just runs an inside route, easy pitch and catch, and just flips the ball to the official for his 17th receiving touchdown of the year. Look at the Alabama offense. 5 touchdown night, matching a career high for Mac Jones. 5 touchdowns for Najee Harris. And 15, 184, and 2, as I just mentioned, for Devontae Smith.
When we start to do these games all the time, we have to come up with an open, right? We always go, should we do the big 3? No, we did the big 3. Sure, well, what else are we going to do? Let's do the offensive line. Then we got another one. Well, let's do the big 3 again.
Yeah.
Well, the big 3 is pretty big. Will be interesting, though, if the voters split their votes a little bit between Devontae and Mac Jones, and someone else is able to sneak in there. You know, you vote the way you want. I mean, Trevor Lawrence had a season, missed a couple games, but these two guys from top to bottom, I think Trask and Jones has had the most complete years.
I agree. Trask still not done. Quick throw to Kadarius Toney. Broke 1 tackle, dives forward almost to a first down. Might have gotten it, in fact. Florida with all their timeouts. They want to hustle here as much as possible.
Yeah, they'd like to score without using their timeouts.
Second down and a yard. Trask, pressure from behind. He got rid of it, but it's broken up. And Patrick Surtain breaks it up. Jamie?
Well, Alabama's calling it a lower leg injury for Dickerson, but I was able to gather as much that it was a knee for him when he went down. His teammate on the line, Alex Leatherwood, was seen crying on the sideline after that injury. Dickerson was smiling as he was going off, but it is a knee, guys.
Well, he is one of their most popular players, as you saw, with all his teammates around him. Kadarius Toney on a little slip screen with some blocker in front, got a first down.
That'll be an important loss for this football team as Alabama enters into the playoffs.
Yep. A much bigger loss than you would think, I think. Center is so important, and making a lot of the line calls and all of that.
And he plays a physical center too, you know, and really important setting that tempo from that position.
Trask down the middle, incomplete, intended for Pitts, and a flag.
Get holding or pass interference on Branch that time, number 14, I believe.
Pass interference on the defense, number 14, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Doing that middle read down the middle of the field. Branch got a tough matchup and then puts his hands on him and grabs him. You grab that jersey just a little bit like that. Here comes the flag.
So in Alabama territory, the Gator offense at the 46. Trask goes in and out of the hands of Jacob Copeland. Patrick Surtain in coverage.
I do have to laugh a little bit. When they put Toney and Pitts in the slot or at the H-back, they match up in this defense against the true freshmen like Malachi Moore and Branch. The two true freshmen are going, all right, we could cover somebody else. I mean, you know.
Boy, that guy's been good. They both have, but Malachi
Yeah.
Moore playing that star position's been sensational for a 19-year-old.
And I mean, this is, I know we're freshmen and we get the bad duty, but this is pretty hard. See, number 13 is following number 1. There he goes.
Second down and 10. Trask on a crossing route, got it complete. First down. Naquan Wright out of bounds. Will Anderson knocked him out.
Yep, that time Will Anderson, remember earlier in the game, peeling with the running back. He just didn't do it quick enough that time.
Florida up to the line in a hurry. Or trying to get set in a hurry. Now they shift everybody. Tight wide receiver grouping right now. And the running back again, knocked out by Josh Jobe. Naquan Wright again. They're trying to sneak those backs out there, and Jobe did a good job to stay with it.
They're still holding on to their 3 timeouts. They know that if they score, they'll probably go onside kick.
They're at the 25. They only need 2 yards for a first down, and there's only 3 minutes left. Naquan Wright, I don't think so. Yard shy. Dylan Moses, part of the group that made the stop. Sensational numbers. Mac Jones has the better of it right now, and his team's got the lead. Trask will keep it. He'll get the first down. He gets to the 20. And a little bit slow to get up, but he knows he's got to.
This has got to be, what, 7th or 8th run for Kyle Trask? Why don't we try that this is his 14th rush? A couple of them are sacks, but he has had to carry the football.
Trask backpedals, trying to find a receiver, finally does, but it's going to be a loss on the play to Trayvon Grimes and a flag.
There is no foul on the play. There is no foul on the play.
All right, let's pick that one up then.
On that particular play, and you can't think this fast, Florida would have been better off with an incomplete pass on that one.
Yeah, they lost 2.
Yep.
And they lost it down.
And you're going to have to take a timeout.
And they will with 2 minutes, 10 seconds remaining. Playoff picture. If this lead holds, Florida goes by the wayside, and in the hunt is that group.
Yeah, and I think all of those teams deserve a strong saying with that committee. Cincinnati, undefeated. They at least need to be in the conversation. Texas A&M is going, Alabama's pretty good. Notre Dame is going, top to bottom. We lost, we split with Clemson, and Ohio State says, we only played 6, and I know you're going to hold against this, but we're Big Ten champs and we're undefeated. So this is going to be a tough one coming down the end.
Well, Notre Dame and Clemson split. I think the big question mark is 6 wins enough?
Yep. Got to believe that Notre Dame feels they're in. Florida, if they would have won this game, they would have been in the conversation big time, as good as Alabama is.
10th play of the Florida drive. They need to score pretty quickly with only 2 timeouts left. Trask going to the end zone. Pitts has got it. Touchdown, Florida. It's not over yet.
Kind of pulled down Brian Branch on the play, number 14. There's the matchup. See if he doesn't get his hand on him as the ball's in the air. His left hand kind of, not enough. Tugged him a little bit, but not enough to make the call. From up here, I thought he kind of flung him down, but second look, no way.
Kyle Pitts from Kyle Trask again to cap a 75-yard drive in 10 plays.
He said they need to score fast.
They did. And then Diggerson's back out of the locker room to have a look.
Florida's going to go for 2 now. And if they're able to go onside kick and get it, they'll go 2 again if they have to try to tie it.
Down to 1 timeout.
Once you call the first timeout, you might as well take the second one and get everybody on board. If you're going for 2, it's worth a timeout.
So Trask has got Malik Davis in the backfield with him. Got a bunch set of receivers to the right. And Davis is going to join that group. 4 receivers basically to Trask's right.
Pitts to the
He's
left.
going the other way. And a one-handed attempt. Now a flag down. Daniel Wright came up with a football going the other way. But there's flags all over the place.
4 to the right, but 84 to the left.
Yeah. And Job dragged Pitts down. That's a penalty. And then the ricochet came off to Daniel Wright.
Gets his hand right in the collar right there and yanks, and it's
pass
good
interference
call.
on the defense, number 28. That penalty is half the distance. First down. Correction. Try down.
So another try as Trask comes over to talk to Dan Mullen. Is it number 11's number again?
Well, at least it puts the running play back in the call sheet. No doubt about that from that distance.
2-point attempt with just over 2 to play in regulation. Just outside the Alabama 1.
Same deal.
Trask looks over to the sideline saying hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And here he goes on a quarterback draw, and he's in. 2-point conversion for Trask. he's done this so many times, not only tonight, but during the course of the season. Barely touched. Mac Jones is going, what do I have to do to put these guys away?
Get the onside kick is what they got to do right now.
52-46.
Playing the analytics was Dan Mullen right there. You get 2 chances for a 2-point play. He decided, might as well go for it right now, because if he was going to score twice, he was going for it on the second one for the win. His team is beat. He did not want to go overtime.
You see some receivers coming out here. Devontae Smith, Forrestal, the tight end, Patrick Surtain, the top guy in the secondary, Najee Harris, as the hands team comes out for Alabama. Brian Robinson's there, number 4 as well. All those guys catch passes is their forte. Recovering a kick is what's big right now. There it comes. Devontae Smith, and he grabs it and goes out of bounds. Maybe his best catch of the night. And Alabama's got the ball.
Great job. Kyle Trask fought the whole way in this football game, knowing that his defense had a tough one, and calmly Devontae says, I got this thing.
A couple of good bounces. It hits his right hand. His left hand corrals it. Kyle Trask wants the ball back. They might not get it. They've only got 1 timeout left. First down at the 47. That part doesn't really matter. Najee Harris behind Jones. He's the man. And no gain, maybe a yard for Najee. They're still pushing down there.
Dan Mullen takes his timeout.
That's it. With 1:52 remaining. So now 2 guys have joined the group with the most passing yards in SEC championship game history. Both passing Danny Orful. Trask with 4:08. Mac Jones 4:18.
So there's 112 seconds left in the game. Remember, there's 2 40-second clocks. So Alabama can take 80 seconds off of the 112.
Steve Sarkisian there, letting them know that very thing.
Before 4th down. Florida could get the ball back with 20 to 25 seconds with a punt.
That guy is hoping they do. So is that coach, hoping.
The importance of saving the timeouts there on that, those plays, just keep it 3 timeouts would have been huge.
Again, they've got that I formation with McMillan, the linebacker, in front of Najee Harris. And Najee is upended as soon as he got the ball by Zach Carter. And it's 3rd down and 9. You see the play clock now at a half minute. The game clock at 1:40. The entire Alabama defense looking to the sideline. The Florida defense getting ready to get lined up and try to make a stop here.
I think Nick Saban will call timeout with 1 second to go.
Mac Jones is going to make his way over to the sideline to talk things over with the head coach and his offensive coordinator, Steve Sarkisian. And there is the timeout Gary talked about, with 1:13 to go and a 3rd down and 9. Florida again out of timeouts. Now the question is, you've got arguably the best quarterback in the country on 3rd and 9. Do you let him throw one?
I wouldn't, but it's a new world. I'm eating 40 seconds and taking my chances. I'd run the ball. The play takes maybe 3 seconds to run if it's a short gain like the last 2 have been.
And if they bounce it out and pick up more than 9 yards.
So
it's the ball game.
Again, 73 seconds in the game, 40-second clock, so there's 33 seconds available after a punt. Florida gets the ball with 25 seconds to go in the game.
Najee Harris has carried the ball 30 times tonight. Here comes number 31, trying to bounce it outside, and he's not going anywhere. Brad Stewart brings him down. But now the clock will run, as Gary talked about.
Florida playing 11-man rush defense. Very hard to pick up any yards. Alabama's just basically trying to run to the wide side of the field to kill another 3 or 4 or 5 seconds. And remember who's back there. Darius Toney.
Right. Clock winding down. Under 30 now. And down to 26.
Yep. A perfect punt would be just out of bounds, right? You don't want to take the chance of Toney. And remember, if there's a Hail Mary, they've got this number 84 that plays for Florida that's 6'6" tall.
The drama takes us down to the last 26 seconds. 4th down. Alabama's second punt only of the night upcoming. Trask warming up on the sideline, hoping for at least a shot. And that guy averages 13.7 per punt return. And he does have a touchdown against Kentucky to his credit as a punt returner.
Devontae Smith is on the field chasing down this punt from the gunner position. It's top of your screen.
Charlie Scott to punt. And hits a dandy. Toney way back at the 9. Made one guy miss, but not the second one.
Great coverage. A perfect punt.
Helms with the tackle. There's 16 seconds left. No timeouts for the Gators.
Every completion for Florida, well, they get, what, 3 or 4 plays, has to be for a first down.
To try to get themselves set up for a Hail Mary at the end. But they're a long, long way from that goal line on the other end.
Just a terrific football game for both these teams, but really salute this Florida team hanging in there. Watching the game at the beginning of the second quarter and through the second quarter, it looked like they were underwater, but they came back.
Trask inside his own 5. Hit! And he's dropped, and that'll do it. They're not going to have time for another play. They can't get their players back. It's over. Alabama survives in a great SEC championship game in Atlanta. That's the one thing you couldn't have happen if you had any hope, was to take a sack.
Now, Kyle Trask doesn't have to put his head down. I'll tell you that now. This Alabama football team, we know how good they are. They showed it, but both of these teams tonight put on a show.
It's hard to see everybody's faces with masks on, especially the coaches, but it looked like when Nick Saban shook hands with Dan Mullen, he had a little bit of a smile on his face as if to say, holy cow,
yeah,
was that a game? Here's the last sack, the 5th one of the night for Alabama.
Christian Harris is the one who cleans it up. He's in that spy position, and when he runs up in the pocket, he gets it.
They don't come much better than this one. Lanny Dickerson says, those are my guys. Doing his little dance on the cart this time. Jamie's with Nick Saban.
Coach, was that final play emblematic of how tough your defense had to be all night?
Well, I tell you what, they're a very challenging team, and we certainly didn't match up with them, and that was my concern going in, but got to give our team a lot of credit. Offense responded every time they needed to so that we could stay ahead in the game. Special teams made the plays they need to make at the end of the game, so it's a great team win. We knew it'd have to be this way, so I'm excited for our players. I'm excited for our fans. You know, it's something significant to me to win the SEC championship. Florida's got a great team, and we knew it'd be a tough game, and it's probably good for us to be in a dogfight, and we were certainly in one tonight.
You had a lot of, you didn't have a lot of challenges up until this point this season. What can you say about the way Kyle Trask pushed your defense this evening?
Well, I just think that, you know, 84-1, I mean, those two guys we couldn't guard. All right, so there was a lot of problems. We make a play down here that would have, you know, and we're offsides on defense and undisciplined type play, but hey, there's a lot of great plays in this game on both sides of the ball. I'm just proud of our guys because they did what they had to do to win. And, you know, Cal Trask did a great job, and so did their receivers. And, you know, we didn't cover them very well.
Where's the appreciation for you for Mac Jones?
Well, my appreciation is for every guy on our team. Now, these guys have worked hard all year long. It's been a tough year, a lot of disruptions. They've handled it extremely well. And to win the SEC championship is something I'm very proud of. And now I'm sure they'll get an opportunity to go to the playoffs.
Congratulations, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Well, Mac Jones, they call him the Joker. No joke about this game. It was a classic all the way through. 52-46. Congratulations to the Crimson Tide of Alabama. They're your 2020 SEC champions. That's going to do it for Gary Danielson, Jamie Erdahl, Brad Nessler saying so long for Atlanta. 52-46. What a game. College football postgame show presented by Rocket Mortgage is up after these messages from Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Good night.